students, welcome to Unified Council Olympiads, previous year questions of NSTSE. So I hope you must be, thinking about that how to perform well in the exam, how to score good marks. So basically in this session, I'm going to give you the all relevant solutions of the previous year questions, and also I'm going to share few tips, and I hope those tips would be useful for you in your next exam and you'll score good marks. So what we are waiting for? Come on, let's get started and let's learn about it. Now the question says, how many objects in the given box are sources of light? Now here it is a box in which you can see a lot of objects here. But before moving to options, I would really like to tell you about light. What exactly the light is. See, light is a form of energy. Light is a form of energy which enables you to see around yourself, which enables us to see around ourselves. Okay, so whatever you can just let me finish this. Okay, so light is a form of energy which enables us, like everybody, to see around us. See, if there would have been no light, then you won't be able to see anything, you won't be able to look at anything. Okay, so light is a form of energy due to which you can see things around us. Now let me tell you, what do we mean by sources of energy? See, anything which gives light is called as source of light. Okay, now we have two kinds of objects. Like if I talk about sources of light, then we have two kinds, or you can say we categorize the objects into two categories. The objects which have their own light, we call them as luminous objects. Okay, what do we call them? We call them as luminous objects which can give light. And non-luminous objects are those which do not have their own light. For example, see, if I talk about this pen, does it has its own light? No, but you can see it because the light of from the tube light is falling on it, or the light of the sun is falling on it, which enable us to see it. Okay, so all those things which have their own light, like sun you all know has its own light. So sun is a source of light, or you can call it as a luminous object. But anything which doesn't give light is called as non-luminous. Now here in this box you can see so many objects. See, you can see street light, street lamp, or you can just call it as a lamp, in which we put bulb here. Okay, and this is candle. You know that bulb glows, so it is also a source of light basically. Okay, candle, when you light candle you get flame, and again it light up the space. Torch, yes, torch also gives light. You make use of cells in this, and due to which torch gives us light. This one is a teddy bear. Teddy bear doesn't give us light. It's non-luminous object. It is non-luminous object. This indicates sun, and we all know sun is a natural source of light. And this one is sofa. You know that sofa doesn't give any sort of light. This is fire, again bonfire basically, and again it gives you light. Pencil doesn't gives you any kind of light. Clock doesn't give you any kind of light. So in this case, how many objects are sources of light? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how many sources? 5. And here, that is the reason correct option is option D. I hope you understood. That is option D. I hope you understood that what exactly the light is and how you can categorize objects as luminous object or non-luminous, or what do we mean by source of light. Okay, so this way you have to attempt all the questions. Okay, next question. Ritu's relatives came to visit her, and her mother is preparing variety of dishes. Okay, Ritu's relatives are visiting their place, and her mother is preparing variety of dishes. In which of the following rooms of her house she must be present at this time to help her mother? Options are this: option A, option B, option C, and option D. So before moving ahead with this question, you know that what exactly the house is. We know that house is a place where we all live, we feel very comfortable, we feel very safe also, we feel very protected also. And in a house we have separate areas for performing different tasks. For example, if you want to take bath, where do you go? You go to bathroom or washroom, whatever you can say, and then you take bath. If you want to sleep, where do you sleep? You sleep in your bedroom. And if your guest comes or visit to your place, where you ask them to sit? Yes, you got it right. We ask them to sit in the living area. And like if you are cooking something, where do we cook? We cook in kitchen. So here this question says Ritu's relatives were expected, and her mother is preparing variety of dishes. That means she is cooking. What is she doing? She is cooking. So A picture indicates toilet, or you can write washroom. B picture indicates kitchen. C picture indicates bedroom. And this picture indicates, as I cannot see anything else except a table and a chair, it shows it's a study room where you get complete silence and you can concentrate and do your work well. So here that means which option is right? Option B is right, because she is cooking food and we cook food in the kitchen. Next question. Given picture shows Akhil's shadow at different times of a day. Here we have a picture and we need to select the time of the day at position 2. That means this, the time at position 2. Before we go ahead, I hope you all know that what exactly we mean by shadow. See, suppose if you have a source of light, okay, if you have some source of light and you have some opaque object in between. Opaque object is something which doesn't allow light to pass through it. Then what will happen? This opaque object is blocking the path of light. So what will happen? It will cast a shadow, a black patch just similar to the object will be cast at back of it, indicating that this particular object is obstructing the path of light. So this will be shadow, which is exactly similar to this object. So shadow is basically a black patch which is formed when the path of light is blocked by an opaque object. Okay. Now same way here in this case, see, Akhil is standing and blocking the path of sun, and that is the reason you can see the shadow of Akhil on the ground. But if you will clearly see, you will see that shadow is not same every time. Like when he is at position 1, there is different height of the shadow. 2, all shadow is different, and 3, the height of the shadow is different. Now let me tell you, if I talk about sun, we all know sun rises in east and sun sets in west. Okay, and when it when sun rises in east, then it starts moving and covers the entire part of the atmosphere and then sets up in west. So this indicates east direction and this is west. So that means here the sun is rising and then moving to this part that is towards the west. Okay, so while doing so, sun moves through the entire atmosphere and the position of sun also changes. Now at position 2, you can see that sun is just above the head of Akhil, and it usually happen in afternoons. Right? That is the reason the shadow cast at that time is much smaller in size. It is much smaller in size because sun is just above our head in the atmosphere. So basically the time of the day at position 2 is not 10 p.m., is not 4 p.m., is not 3 p.m. Yes, you got it right. It is 1 p.m. So option C is the correct answer. Okay, next question says, the seed of a mango is important because it helped the mango plant to dash. Okay, and we have 4 options already given. Now if I talk about seed, I hope you all know seed is reproductive unit of plant. It is reproductive unit of plant, and whenever seed gets favorable condition, it starts growing and it forms seedling, and seedling finally forms the fully grown plant. And this process, that is conversion of seed to plant, we call it as germination. What do we call it as? We call it as germination process. Okay, now if we are talking particularly about mango, we know that mango has got only one big seed in it. So basically that helps the mango. Option A says to stand erect, it is false. To make its own food, no. To respond to changes, no. Seeds always help the plant to grow into a new plant. Okay, so that is why which option is correct? Option C is correct option. And do not forget, this process is called as germination. Okay, next question says, which of the following is correct about the road sign shown in the given picture? And here we have this picture given. Now you can make out that it has got just 2 signboards. Okay, if you will look at this signboard, what you can see, it is a picture of horn and it is crossed also. Okay, so if you have any picture on the on any road sign board and it is cut, that means that particular thing is not allowed. That particular thing is not permitted or allowed at that place. And second road sign indicates, you can see this plus sign, it indicates hospital, and arrow is pointing ahead, it is showing the direction in which the hospital is. Okay, that means it is showing which direction you need to follow if you wish to reach to hospital. So basically no horn and way to hospital. So option A says, is it saying hospital is straight ahead? Yes, it is. No horn please? Yes, correct. Railway crossing is nearby? No. There is no signboard on the road which is indicating about railway crossing. So the answer is option D, that is both A and B. So correct answer is option D, because these 2 signboards indicates no, not to use horns, and second, it is showing a way which leads to hospital. Next question, choose the option that is protected by given image. And here we have few options, option A, B, C and D. Okay, so we need to find it out. This image is already given. We need to find it out that what is present inside it, or this image protects which organ. So basically, let me tell you, this indicates your chest cavity. This picture shows your chest cavity. We can also call it as thoracic cavity. Okay, so you can call it as thoracic or chest cavity. See, it is formed of ribs. It is present in our chest. It is formed of ribs. This one is your backbone, and lower to it there is a dome shaped structure. We call it as diaphragm. We call it as diaphragm. So inside it we have 2 organs which are protected by this, and it includes lungs, and that is our respiratory organs, and our heart. Both of them are enclosed in this chest cavity. So option A, you can see this picture, it represents our kidneys. Kidneys are not enclosed in the thoracic cavity, so option A is incorrect. B indicates stomach. Stomach is not enclosed or not present in chest, again no. C picture indicates lungs, pair of lungs. So it is correct, because lungs and heart both are present in the chest cavity. So which option is the correct answer? Option C is correct. Next question, which body posture is correct? Option A, option B, option C and option D. Now let me tell you about posture. What is posture? Posture is basically the way we keep ourselves upright. We keep ourselves upright whether we are standing, whether we are sitting, or we are lying down. Okay, so whatever we are doing, whether we are standing, whether we are sitting, or whether we are lying down, how we are maintaining our body, how we are keeping our body upright, that is your posture. So usually correct posture or good posture or perfect posture is that where you are not putting strain on your supporting muscles. Now in figure A, you can see that this person is sitting just near to TV. So he is putting somehow stress on his protective supporting muscles. And in second picture, you can see that a person is just lying back, so putting stress on his backbone. And option C, you can see how the child is sitting. He is also not sitting upright. But option D shows a girl who is sitting in a perfect posture because she is not putting any kind of stress on her supporting muscles. So this one is a perfect posture. So correct answer is option D. Next question. Choose a plant eating animals from the options given below. So we have option A as frog, B as snake, C as grasshopper, and D both A and B. Now let me tell you, if I talk about animals, we know that animals, they can't make their own food. They can't make their own food. We cannot, make our own food. Though we can cook it, but we cannot make it. Okay, like plants can prepare their food by photosynthesis. We cannot do photosynthesis. Okay, so how animals obtain their food? They obtain food in different ways. Few animals, they feed on grass, or you can say plants. We call them as herbivores. So herbivores are basically plant eaters. Okay, few animals, they are carnivores, like lion, tiger. They are animal eaters. They hunt and they eat the flesh of other animals. And few are omnivores. That is, they feed on both. They are plant eaters as well as they feed on the flesh of animals. So now in this question, we need to pick plant eating animal. That means we are talking about herbivores. That is, which mainly feed on plant, grass. Okay, who is a grass eater basically. So option A says frog. Frog is not a plant eater. It eats other insects. Snake, again no. Snake also eats other insects. Grasshopper, yes, is a grass eater. Is a plant eating animal. So which option is correct? Option C. So if somebody asks you now, how will you classify organisms based on their eating habits? Plant eaters, animal eaters, plant and animal eaters, like they are feeding on both. Okay, next question. Which animal is called the ship of the desert? So here we have few options, option A, B, C and D. Now we are talking about the ship of the desert. Now before we move ahead, that which animal is called as ship of desert, let's recognize the animals shown in the picture. First picture shows a monkey. Second picture shows a goat. Third picture shows a camel. And D picture shows a rat. I hope you all are able to recognize these animals because you see around yourself. Okay. Now, particularly if I talk about desert. See, deserts are those areas which receives very less rainfall. Also, deserts are usually covered with sand. Their surface is covered with sand. And the weather conditions are very hot. In desert areas, there is extreme hot conditions. So that is the reason plants and animals, they are specially adapted to bear that intense heat. Okay, so not all plants or not all animals can survive in desert. So here we are talking about ship of desert, that is we are talking about camel, because camel has those special features in it which enables camel to survive well in desert areas. For example, see, this portion of camel is called as hump. We call it as hump. Hump is basically an elevated portion of the present above the belly of the camel. This portion stores water and food, because in desert animals, they have to survive for few days without water, without food. So in hump, camel stores food and water so that it can survive well without them for days. Okay, and also see, his feet is somehow adapted that camel can move smoothly over the sand. Okay, so that is the reason which option is correct. Option C is the correct option. Which option is correct? Option C. Next question says, we use water for, option A says this act, B this, C is this, and D this. Now we all know water is an important source. We all know water is an important source because water helps us to do many things. Water is an important natural resource. Why natural? Because we do not prepare it in industries or artificially. It occurs naturally. About 3/4 surface of Earth is covered with water. That is the reason we call Earth as a blue planet. And water serves very important functions. Yes, A picture shows that this girl is washing clothes. It's true, because for washing you need water. B picture shows that boy is bathing. Again, for bathing you need water. C picture shows that this woman is cooking. So yes, it's again right, because for cooking also you need water. So here the correct answer is option D. Option D is the correct answer. Question says, Abhi and Anu made the given statements regarding the items shown in the box. What we need to do is, we need to select the correct option regarding this. So here we have the conversation. So Abhi and Anu, two friends, they are giving statement regarding these items. I hope you can recognize these items. Basically, this first one indicates gloves. Second one is jacket, muffler, and a cap. Now Anu is saying these items are made up of wool which comes from sheep and keep us warm. Abhi says we wear these items in the winter season. So before going ahead, I hope you all know the answer before going ahead with the options. We all know these are woolen clothes. These are woolen clothes. And we wear woolen clothes during winters. Because during winters, we need to keep our body warm. So if we wear woolen clothes, then they trap our body heat inside. And we feel somehow comfortable, or you can say we can cope up with the extreme cold conditions. And so that means basically Abhi is saying correct, because we wear these items in winter season. Now talking about Anu, Anu says these items are made up of wool. Again, Anu is correct, and wool is obtained from the fleece of the sheep and it keeps us warm. So let's now read the options. Option A says Abhi made right statement whereas Anu made wrong statement. This one is incorrect because both of them made right statements. Option B says both Abhi and Anu made wrong statements. Again false. Both of them made right. Yes, it's true. Abhi made wrong and Anu made right. Again no. So which one is the correct answer? Yes, you got it right. Option C. Okay, next question says Rohan is going with his father for 2 days forest camp and they made a house. Identify the house they made to stay. Now if I talk about house, so what exactly the house is? House is a place where we all live. Okay, it is a place where we all feel safe, we feel protected, and also above all we all feel comfortable. Okay, so there are different kind of houses. Now here the options you can see: pakka house, tent, igloo, or D option says both A and C. Now let me tell you, we have two kind of houses uh, depending upon the material used to build them: pakka house, or the other one is the kacha house. So what is basically pakka house? Pakka house is a permanent house which is made up of cement, iron rods, steel, wood. These all things are used to make it, and it is quite permanent house. And if I talk about kacha house is made up of straw, dry leaves, hay. This is how mud. This is how it is made. So it is not that strong as the pakka house is. Okay. See, if there would be heavy storm, then kacha house may fall off, but pakka house will not fall off if we have used good material to construct it. Okay. Now option C, you can see igloo. What is igloo? Igloo indicates basically snow huts. That means it is made up of snow. And why it is made up of snow? Because it protects, it keeps the one who's staying inside, it keeps the area warm and protected from snow. Tent is basically made up of very very light fabric. Okay, and it is waterproof and it saves the person from wind, or you can say the rain, etc. Okay, so it is basically a temporary house, and it is a portable house. You can carry it anywhere. Okay, and by making use of ropes, you can just attach it anywhere you wish to. Now Rohan is going with his father for 2 days forest camp. So he is not going to stay there for long time. So what kind of house he will use to stay? Obviously it will be a tent house. So which option is correct? Option B. Option A is incorrect because he is not going to stay there for long time, and option B is correct. Option C is again no, because snow huts are found in the areas which are more prone to snow. Okay, so therefore which option is right? Option B. Next question. Geeta is traveling with her father in their car. She asked her father to go slow because there is a speed breaker ahead, road sign at the road side. Which of these road signs did she saw? Now let me tell you, when we are going on road, you must have seen there are a lot of road signs written. Okay, and even there are milestones which indicate to which place you are going, or indicating how far is that particular place. So let me tell you, road signs give you special signals so that you can drive safely, or you remain protected somehow, because sometimes if you're traveling to some area which is prone to more prone to animals, so it is always mentioned that drive slowly, the animals may come on road while you are driving. Okay, so there are certain precautions which we need to follow when we are driving on road. So here the sign says option A, that indicates this arrow, and here you can see a cross sign. So that means this indicates that a turn towards this side is prohibited. You should not turn this side and go. And second one is, you can see a horn and again a no sign, which indicates no horn to be used in that particular area. And third, you can see a bicycle and again a no sign. That means use of bicycle is banned in that particular area, or you can say it's not banned, basically it is prohibited, it's avoided. And D1 indicates speed breaker ahead, and there is no sign, so that means it is indicating that there is a speed breaker ahead. What is speed breaker? Basically, speed breaker is the elevated portion of the road, and it is there to slow down the traffic, and it is just for for your own precaution. to avoid accidents, to maintain your safety. So basically, out of these four signs, speed breaker is shown by option D. So which option is correct, students? Option D is a correct statement. Next question says, the food items shown in the given picture fall under which group? And here you have the food items. Option A says protective foods, B says bodybuilding foods, C says energy giving foods, and D says fat foods. Let me tell you, food is very essential. We all living beings need food, because without food you cannot grow, you cannot have immunity. It is essential for us. So there are different category of foods basically. Protective foods are those which contains lot of vitamins and minerals in them, which are required for the formation of blood, your teeth, your bones, etc. Bodybuilding foods are those which help to build your body, help your muscles to grow. Okay, and it mainly include nutrients, that is proteins. Energy giving foods which give you lot of energy, that is, it includes nutrients, carbohydrates. And fat foods, which are fatty foods, like for example butter, okay, high toned milk, cheese, etc. These are fatty foods, or you can say desi ghee. These are all fatty foods because they have good amount of fat in them. So protective foods includes fruits and vegetables. Okay, now here you can see the picture that is given here indicates vegetables and fruits. So obviously they belong to the category of protective food. So option A is the correct answer, because they have got lot of vitamins and minerals in them, which is essential for our body. Next question. The monument shown here is made up of, and here you have a monument. Option A says sandstone, slate, C marble, and D quartz. So students, can you all recognize this picture? What is it? Let me tell you, this monument is Red Fort. It is Red Fort. And where is it? It is in Old Delhi. It is situated in Old Delhi. And for your knowledge, I am telling you, it was built by, who built Red Fort? Shah Jahan. Who built it? Shah Jahan. And when? In 17th century. He built it in 17th century. And the stone which is used to build Red Fort is obviously red in color, and let me tell you, it is sandstone. So which option is correct? Option A is correct. It is sandstone. So Red Fort is located in Old Delhi, built by Shah Jahan in 17th century, and it is made up of red colors. Red color brick is used there, and it is sandstone. Next question says, 4 students, Kriti, Roma, Rahul and Deepa, are discussing about moon. Who among these children has made a correct statement? And what were they discussing? You can see on the screen. Kriti said, moon changes its shape every day. Okay. Now, before we go ahead, let me introduce you, or let me recall the concept of moon. You know that moon is a natural satellite of our planet, that is Earth. Moon doesn't have its own light. It doesn't has its own light. We can see moon because it gets lighted up, or it gets illuminated by sunlight. That is the reason we can see moon. But every time you cannot see a big ball, like you cannot see the full moon, you cannot see the complete moon. So moon keeps on changing its shape. The reason being, it is not changing its shape, it is just because some part of the moon is illuminated by sunlight, and the other part remains dark. That is the reason we see different shapes and the sizes of moon. So basically those are called as phases of moon. We call it as phases of moon. Now let's see what Kriti said. Kriti said moon changes its shape every day. It is true, because moon is revolving around earth. Okay, so the distance of moon changes constantly with respect to sun. So that is the reason its shape also changes every day. Rahul said moon is the closest neighbor to our earth. Okay. Roma said, again it is correct. What Rahul said is correct, because it's a natural satellite of earth and it is close to earth. Moon revolves around the sun. Do you think the statement is correct? It is not correct, because moon is revolving around our planet earth. It is not revolving around sun. So Roma made wrong statement. Deepa said moon receives light from earth and reflects it. Again no, because moon receives light from sun, not from earth. So who made a correct statement? Obviously Kriti and Rahul. So therefore, which option is correct, students? Option A is the correct statement. Okay, let's move on to next. Who am I? I am a black rock. That means a rock which is black in color. I am used for burning to produce energy. And it's a second statement implies that it is a combustible substance. We can burn it, and when we burn it, it produces energy also. So now let me tell you, if I talk about slate, slate is grey in color. Graphite is black in color. Silica is somehow reddish in color. But if you talk about coal, coal is black in color. And also if you burn coal, it produces energy. Okay, so which option is correct? Option C is correct. Next question. Rahul is residing in hilly area where snowfall is common. So Rahul is living in the hilly areas, that is his house is situated in hills, between the hills basically, where snowfall is very common. So which of the following could be Rahul's house? Option A, you can see a house. It's a pakka house made up of brick, steel rods, cement, etc. And you can see that it has got slopes also. B1 indicates a tent, and tent is made up of very light fabric, and it is water resistant. It protect you from wind and keep you safe, and it is portable house also. C indicates houseboat, that is a boat with a house, and this one indicates a hut, or you can say it is a kacha house made up of hay, straw and dry leaves, mud, etc. Now Rahul lives in an area where snowfall is common. Obviously we need a pakka house with slanting slope, so that if snow falls over it, it can slide over and move down. So which option is correct? Rahul will go for option A, that is a pakka house with slanting slope. Next question. Sameer described a plant that he saw in a field. And Sameer said about that plant, it is a small bushy plant with hard stem and branches. We get soft fiber from it, which is used for making clothes and stuffing pillows. Now before looking at the option, let me tell you the Sameer first statement, it is small bushy plant with hard stem and branches. So that means it falls in the category of shrubs. It is a shrub basically. We are getting fiber from it, which is used in making clothes and stuffing pillows. I hope you all know that our pillows are stuffed with cotton fiber, is stuffed with cotton fibers, and cotton basically we get it from the flower of cotton plant. We get cotton from flower of cotton plant. Now let's look at the options. Is it a castor plant? No. Cotton plant? Yes. Hibiscus plant? No. Money plant? No. So which option is correct, students? Option B is correct. Option B is correct. Next question says, the clothes shown in the given box are made by the fiber obtained from. Here you can see the picture. I hope you can by just looking you can make out what the picture is. This one indicates gloves, cap and socks. Gloves, cap and socks. So the clothes shown in the given box are made up of fiber. We know that these all are woolen clothes, okay, and they are made up of wool. And from where do you get wool? Please tell me, from where do we get wool? Obviously, we get wool from the fleece of the sheep. We get it from fleece of the sheep. So let's look at the options. Balls of cotton plant? No, because it is not made up of cotton. Pupa of an insect? No, because we get from balls of cotton plant, you get a fabric that is cotton, and cotton is not used in winters. Pupa of an insect gives you silk, and it is not made up of silk. Jute plant gives you jute fiber, again it is not jute. Yes, it is wool which is obtained from fleece of sheep. So which option is correct, students? Option D is correct. Let's move on to next. Which of the following is used to make houseboat? Here we have 4 options. So which out of them is used to make houseboat? What is houseboat basically? A boat which has house in it. Okay, I think you must have seen. So is it made up of papers? No. Is it made up of wood? Yes. Is it made up of these containers? No. Is it made up of stones? No. So basically it is not made up of stones or rocks. It is not made up of plastic or any sort of brick basically. These are bricks, not blocks, bricks. And this one are rocks. And this indicates wooden log. Now let me tell you that houseboat is made up of wooden log. So which statement is correct, students? Option B is correct. Next question. Among the given food items, identify the ones that are obtained from plant sources. We have already discussed that food is very important for us, for all the living beings, because it helps us to grow, it helps us to develop immunity. So whatever you are doing, we need food for it, because without energy you cannot do anything, and you get energy only by eating food. So food can be obtained from plants and also can be obtained from animals. For example, from animals you are getting chicken, you are getting meat, butter, cheese, milk. These all things you are getting from animals, even eggs. Plants, for example, the pulses you are getting from plants, the flour you are getting from plants. So these are all plant products. Veggies, fruits, all are plant products. Now here we need to make out, these few things are given. We need to pick only those things that are obtained from plant sources. So first one is basically a bread. Second one is a desi ghee or pure ghee, you can say. Third one indicates jam made up of fruits. Fourth indicate an egg. This one is already written butter, and this one is oil. This one is oil. So out of this, which are obtained from plants, see, bread is made up of flour, and you get flour from wheat plant. So basically it is obtained from plant. Desi ghee is obtained from animals, so no. Jam, yes, because jam is made from fruits. Egg, you get it from animals. Butter, you get it from animals. Oil, you get it from plant. So basically which option is right, students? Option D is the correct option. Next question. Observe the chart given below that shows classification of body parts as group P and Q based on their position. So what can be placed at X in group P and Y in group Q? So see, first look at this chart. So it is given that you have body parts, group P, group Q, that means 2 groups are made, and under group P you can see legs, elbow, knee and something X. And under group Q you can see heart, brain, stomach and something Y. We need to pick what exactly the X and Y is. So the first thing, let me tell you, legs, P group indicates legs, elbow, knee. That means our external parts, external body parts. External body parts are those which you can see, like your hand, your legs. They are external to your body, present outer to your body. Group Q indicates heart, brain, stomach. That means all internal organs. The organs which are present inside your body. Okay, so we need to find X, that is an external organ, and Y, external body part, and Q, that is under Q there is Y, which indicates internal organ. So let me tell you here, if I talk about neck is yes external part, forehead is also external, and we are looking for one external and one internal, so no. Hands, yes external, kidneys internal. Okay, let's keep it aside because it is going. Lungs internal, but P is an external part. Nose is external, so no. We need in an order external and internal. Foot is external, lips are also external part. Again no. So the correct option is option B. So X would be hands, and Y would be kidneys here in this question. Next question. Why grapevine farm plants are grown on sticks? As you can see in this picture, this is a grapevine plant and it is grown on sticks. So we have already done that. Depending upon the size of the plant, we classify plants as herbs, shrubs, creepers, climbers, and what else? Herbs, shrubs, creepers, climbers, and trees. Now let me tell you, if we talk about herbs, what are herbs? Herbs are those plants which are very short heighted. They have only very few branches, and they have got green stem. Shrubs are comparatively bigger in size and they have got more number of branches as compared to herb. Creepers are those which have got very thin branch and they cannot stand upright and they creep on the surface. Climbers, they have flexible stem, due to which they can, they can grow or they can climb over the another other object or another plant. Trees are woody and evergreen. So here grapevine is is grown on stick. The reason being it cannot stand upright because it falls in the category of creeper. So option A says to absorb more water. It is false. They are climbers and their weak stems need the support. Yes, it is true, because grapevine plant is a creeper and it cannot stand upright. It needs support. Grapevines are shrubs. No, they are not shrubs. They are creepers. So which option is correct? Option B is correct. Next question. Refer to the given figure of the plant and select the correct statement regarding P, Q, R and S. So here you can see a picture of the plant and we need to identify P, Q, R, S, and then we have to select the correct statement also. So let me tell you, P is this, indicating leaf. Q is indicating fruit. R indicates a stem and S indicate a root. Now we know that root help in the absorption of water and minerals from the soil, and stem help in transporting the water to all parts or transporting food from leaf to roots. Fruit, as we have already done, that fruits are very good to eat, and fruits are formed from the flower only, and leaf where the food is prepared in the plants. So option A says part P absorbs water from the soil. So that P is identified as leaf. So does it absorb water? No. It makes food. It doesn't absorb water. So the statement is wrong. Part Q is formed from flower. Yes, fruit is formed from flower. So that means it is correct. Part R fixes the plant to the ground. Stem. No. Because part S fixes. Root fixes plant to the ground. Part S prepares food. No. Food is prepared by P, not S, because S is identified as roots and root help in the absorption of water and minerals. So that is the reason. Which option is correct, students? Option B is correct. Next question. I am an organ of your body that helps to think. Who am I? So you can see 4 organs here in the options. We need to tell that which organ helps us to think. Now let's identify the organs given. Option A shows kidneys, B shows stomach, C is identified as brain, and D is none other than a heart. So which helps to think? Basically kidney helps to remove waste from our body. They are associated as they remove waste from a body. Stomach helps in digestion, that is digestion of food. Brain helps you to think and respond, and heart pumps the blood to all body parts so that the oxygen can reach to all body parts and carbon dioxide can be taken up from all the body parts or cells. So basically here the correct answer is option C, because brain helps you to think. Next question. When Raju complained of toothache, his grandmother applied the oil of this spice on the affected area. Which spice is this? And this is the picture. So Raju was having a toothache, that is pain in his tooth, and his grandmother applied the oil of some spice, and this is that spice from which the oil was made. We need to identify it. So it is none other than clove. It is none other than clove. You all know turmeric is haldi, so no to this. Chili is mirch, no to this. And cardamom is elaichi, so no to this. So which one is correct answer is option A. Next question. Who am I? Hint we have is, keep me as a pet, I live in your cage, leave me free, I live on a tree. So basically it is said that we are talking about some animal and you can keep it as a pet. I hope you know what the pet is. Pet are those animals which can be kept at home. You cannot keep all the animals at home, right? But there are few animals which are safe for us. We can keep them at home, like dogs, cats, etc. So keep me as a pet, like if you keep it as a pet, I live in your cage. That means he can live with us in a house. Leave me free, like once you set it free, I live on a tree. So that means that animal goes and live on a tree. So what is it? Option A says parrot, B says dog, C says cat, and D says rabbit. So of course answer is option A. Why it is A? Because dog lives in kennel. The house of dog is kennel, not a tree. Rabbit lives in a burrow, not on a tree. And cat lives in a cat tree, that is cat house. But parrot lives on a tree. Therefore, the correct answer is option A. Next question. We have to read it. What Priya said about the frock. She is Priya and she is saying something. Riya is wearing a red frock on her big day, that is birthday. So who am I? Option A, B, C and D. So here the question says Priya said something about the frock. So how she's able to say this? Obviously she's able to say this because she is making use of sense organs. In all the living beings, they have sense organs. We have skin, we have eye, we have tongue, we have nose. Because through eyes you can see around. By ears, because of ears you can hear sound. Because of your tongue you can taste things. Because of your nose you can smell things. Because of your skin you can touch things. So basically here Riya is saying that Priya is wearing a red frock. So she can see that red frock and even she can make out the color. So that means here the correct answer is option B. She is making use of her sense organ, that is her eyes. So this is how you have to go with the flow of questions. You have to understand the concept properly and then look for the correct answer. And my tip is, do not get nervous. Keep confidence in yourself. You know everything. So whenever you are studying, make sure you study well. You dive deep into the concept and please no to mugging things. Okay, try to understand things.